Here with EKU running back Jalen Montgomery. Jalen, thanks so much. Appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me on.
All right. Colonel's coming off a bye week. How did you spend your bye week?
I spent my bye week really just relaxing. I got on the game a little bit, got my mind on football, got my body right. That's really all I did.
Seems like it come at a pretty good time.
It came at a great time. It came at a great time. I think just the timing of it was good because guys are a little beat up, go through a little stretch, and just to be able to get off your feet a little bit and then get back in the swing of things, you realize it kind of needed that.
Mhm. Uh, First year as a colonel coming over from Middle Tennessee, but originally from Columbia, South Carolina. What's been your impression of Eastern Kentucky so far?
I love the town here, man. It's all about Big E. So I try to embrace it. I try to be present and being where I'm at. So I'm loving it.
It has it been different from any of your other previous stops, like where you grew up in Columbia or Murfreesboro? Has it been different? Has it been the same?
I say it's been different. I love the city of Murfreesboro, but I think EKU, I think the city of Richmond, they love they love uh, they love Eastern. So I think that's the biggest difference. Being in a city, a town that really just loves this team.
Well, coming over from Middle Tennessee, what's been the biggest adjustment that you've had to make from coming over from Middle to EKU?
Biggest adjustment I would say would be just learning different teammates, how different guys respond to different things. I think that's the biggest thing, just learning how to adapt to being in a new environment. Is probably the biggest thing.
Take me through your childhood a little bit there before going off to college, maybe even a little bit before high school. What was young Jalen like growing up in Columbia, South Carolina?
Young Jalen in Columbia, South Carolina. I played a lot of football, of course. I grew up with seven siblings, so I mean that's the thing, always being around them, being around family. So it's a little different being like not with them, but young Jalen, I mean, I just enjoy playing football and being around my family, really.
How many brothers, how many sisters?
I got three brothers and four sisters, so it kind
Wow.
of it balanced out.
Kind of even, yeah.
Yeah, it
Are
balanced
they
out.
all competitive?
Oh yeah, all
Yeah.
competitive. We can't do anything without competing. Anything.
So to get to play at this level, there's a lot of sacrifices, a lot of challenges, not only you, but your family have to make. Has there been one, maybe a couple that stand out to you the most, that something you've had to sacrifice or a challenge you've overcome to be able to make it to where you are today?
Yes, sir. So going to Middle 10, I walked on, and just that process of getting school and everything handled while focusing on football, you know, working my way up to, scoring and making plays and, contributing to team wins. Uh, I think the biggest sacrifice was just making sure my people's effort, the village I got around me, making sure their efforts wasn't for no reason.
Yeah. And like how difficult was that for you to just to be able to, because I'm sure coming over from high school you had some offers, you had the the transition from high school to college is very challenging in and of itself because more times than not, guys are the guy at their high
hmm
school team coming over to a college where maybe you have to learn to accept your role a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's difficult, but I think if you just, you put your head down and you believe who you are and what you can do, I think just keeping your eyes straightforward on your goals, I think is
Mhm.
pretty. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's easier when you have belief in yourself and just that village behind you, knowing what you can do.
So EKU fans all year have seen your speed on display, primarily in the return game. Where do you get that speed? And can I
Uh,
borrow some of that?
nah, you can't get none. I need it. I need it. But I think I get it from just. I would say my sister, man. She was always the fastest. My sister was always the fastest. So just wanting to not have your sister be faster than you, it kind of drove me to just keep training because like going through high school, people would always ask like, "Your sister faster than you?" And it's like, yeah. So just training and working to get to that point. I think just having those siblings, that competitiveness around you, it helps you a lot.
Was there any like particular speed drill or how can you do drills to get quicker?
Yeah, you can. I mean, I use the pool. I like running in the pool a lot, uh, resistance things, but just the pool, heels, and weight vest. And then just God given talent, just God's
Mhm.
gift to me to be able to run.
What's your 40 time? Have you clocked yourself?
On 40 time, I haven't clocked myself in a while. I haven't clocked myself in a while, but I know I can sub 4.4 myself if
Wow.
I put the time in.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so speaking of flying on the field, you also maybe have an interest in flying in real life?
Yes, sir. I'm a
Tell us about that.
aviation major. Yes, sir. I'm an aviation major. I'm on the management side right now, but I do plan on flying once my like schedule clears up from football. So I'm really interested in that.
So when we like go on these charters like we will on Saturday, do you pay a little bit more attention than most?
I do. I kind of take it in, just about it. So it's kind of cool just to see everything. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Maybe even peek in the cockpit a little bit, walking by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So aviation management, what does that really like consist of for the fan like myself that doesn't really know what that truly means?
Yeah. So just doing things like behind the scenes, like operations or like just things like that behind the scenes, whether that's the plane coming in and just the process and the many steps it takes to make sure those people get off and, things just run smoothly. Just
Mhm.
that.
What led you to EKU?
My coach, once I got in the transfer portal, my old head coach from Middle Tennessee was just like you should look at EKU, and he got my stuff to Wells. They're good friends. He got my stuff to Wells, and I talked to Wells. I went on my visit, and right after the visit, I just take stock and was like, "This is the place I'm gonna go to." So that's how I ended up here.
And when I talked to a bunch of your teammates, they sense a common theme around the EKU football program is it's run like an FBS program. It's run like a high level program, within the boundaries that you can at the FCS level. Do you get that same type of acknowledgement, I guess?
Even more here with Coach Wells. Even more here with Coach Wells. Coach Wells, I think he runs one of the hardest camps. But it builds you for the season. So
Mhm. And coming off the 3 game homestand, there's a lot of confidence around this program right now with those 3 wins over West Georgia, Moorhead, and then Robert Morris. Had that bye week to prepare. Now the heart of conference season is really upon us now. How much momentum is there in this program right now?
it's a lot of momentum. It's a lot of we talk about the word belief. It's a lot of belief. And I think just the guys on every facet of the game, like we want to get this thing done. So I think it's just a lot of belief. And we understand that our goals are in front of us and that we can if we lock in as a team, we'll be fine.
Mm. How much now you do a lot of returning as well, but then also you're a running back too. How much of your time is spent as a returner versus how much of your time is spent as a running back?
At practice,
Yeah, like throughout the week.
yeah, throughout the week, I
Yeah.
think it's kind of balanced. I try to fit time in for each of them. Um, we got special teams meetings, so we're always meeting about what other teams doing, and
Mhm.
I think I would say it's equal. I try not to put too much time into one when I understand I can be used in different ways.
Now, don't give away all your secrets here, but when you go to return, is there anything that you're looking for? Or I know you're probably just looking for the open hole, or is it just instincts? What goes through your mind when you're returning?
Uh,
Just get to as fast as I can, get somewhere as fast as I can.
uh, I think the thing that's going through my mind is just make a play,
Yeah.
and when you just got make a play going in your head, once you see the play, it's just like go make the play, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's really it's instincts. A lot of it's instincts.
And you know as much as anyone that sometimes special teams play gets their bad rap when things aren't going good, but getting a huge return like you have done many times this year can often determine a win or a loss. It's a huge role.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I take pride in it. You know, I kind of like the pressure. I understand that field position is a big thing. So even just getting two first downs or first down, I just understand like the momentum that gives the offense. So I take pride in it. I try to really make plays on that on any unit I'm on, whether that's kickoff, punt, trying to cause a fumble, just any way I can make a play, I try to.
Now, growing up, you played three sports. Is that correct?
Three. Track, basketball, football.
Okay, so more.
Yeah, a little bit of baseball,
Okay. So you played a
soccer.
little bit of everything.
Yeah, I played a little bit of everything.
Do you feel like any of those has helped you with football in any way?
I would say,
Because you usually hear a lot of track
yeah,
helping with.
track most definitely, but I would say another one is soccer. Just having like
Okay.
being in tune with your legs, your feet. I think that's a underrated one that I played.
Yeah, very cool.
Mhm.
What did you play? Like, were you a midfielder to forward? What was
Yeah, so I started off at goalie my freshman year and got like honorable mention goalie. First time ever playing, just playing off just being an athlete. And then my second year they moved me to midfield, so I got to be around the ball a little bit more.
growing up, did were there any NFL players that you idolized that you wanted to model your game after?
Ah, Reggie Bush. I was a huge Reggie Bush guy. LaDainian Thomas, Jamal Charles, the fast guys, the guys that make people miss. LaShawn McCoy, guys like that.
Oh yeah, that's those are all really good.
Yeah.
So we touched on it a little bit briefly now as the heart of conference play gets going now. This next stretch, I know you're looking at it one game at a time, but this next stretch of like 4 or 5 games going to be really challenging. What do you think is going to be the biggest key for EKU to go in, put their best foot forward, and in a very tough UAC, kind of rise to the top a little bit?
Uh, just just knowing the standard, doing what we do. Not looking at the moment as too big, but understanding if we understand our standard and we play to that, we got a good chance to just win.
Well, it is a high standard, so you know all the words to Cabin on the Hill yet?
I do. I feel
Was
like
was that like day one official visit? You got to know this if you come here.
yeah, it was. It was. It's funny because they during fall camp, you know, you're tired and all that. They give you a sheet. They're like, all right, you learn this by tomorrow or learn this by next week. And it's like, they call you up in front of everybody, in front of the guys. You know, it's a whole thing to learn it. So it was fun learning it. It's EKU, so
Well, I hope you're singing on Saturday.
yes, sir.
All right. Jalen, thanks so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. It's nice to get to know you a little bit more outside of the football field.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me on.
All right.